You know that it's like bullying, in fact, that if a woman candidate is treated in a sexist way with sexist terms, people don't want to associate with her. It's exactly like bullying. So it really is very serious. But no one has carried it as far as I have, because I have spoken up for Mama Grizzlies and against Sarah Palin. I knew when she started to talk about Mama Grizzlies as paragons of ultra-right-wing momdom that she must be wrong, because she's wrong about everything else, right? So I actually researched Mama Grizzlies, and I discovered that even compared to other bears, they wait till later to mate. They have fewer cubs, 2 instead of 4. And if the weather is bad, the food supply is low, the mama grizzly herself is not feeling well, and she is pregnant, she absorbs the fetus into her own body. Is this not a Planned Parenthood of a grizzly bear? Now, I don't know if I can do this or not, but I'll try, because a funny thing happened to me on the way to this birthday, which was that I was conspicuously featured in the New York Times in a way that was seen as good in this celebrity-conscious culture, but I'm not necessarily so sure was good for the work of the women's movement, which is what I care about in all of my life and with all of my heart. Since we at the Women's Media Center are devoted to helping diverse women become visible and powerful in the media, I realized it was rather odd to suddenly find myself more visible than I wanted to be and portrayed as more powerful than I feel in the media. It's kind of strange, right? It seems to me that maybe in addition to the Women's Media Center's primary job, which is getting diverse women into every part of the media, that comes first, we also could take up a secondary job, provided we can raise the money and have the personnel and so on, of preparing women for the process and for the impact on their all 5 senses real life and goals. What actually happens when you are in the media? Now, I would like to make clear that I am not criticizing the New York Times or Sarah Hepola. Is that the way she pronounced her name? Hepola, thank you. Who wrote the feature, and whoever her editor and editors may be, they probably did the very best they could. And in all but 2 ways, in which they actually did take celebrity over accuracy. An online CNN column that Robin Morgan, Jane Fonda, and I wrote about Rush Limbaugh and the FCC was attributed to Jane and me, and not to Robin. Is that not fact-checking 101? Okay. It happens that she actually did more work on that column than either of the other 2 of us. And also an online photo taken at the founding of the National Women's Political Caucus identified only me. There were 4 of us sitting there. It only identified me in the caption, though I was sitting next to Eleanor Holmes Norton, who was then head of New York Human Rights Commission and is now in Congress, Eleanor Guggenheimer, who founded the enormous Women's Forum, which is now active in all 5 boroughs, and Betty Friedan herself. And that was not in the caption. So I hope that all of us here who are bloggers and media lovers and have access to our own ways of expressing ourselves now will always try to understand that the media are not reality. Reality is reality, right?